Yeah, said I gotta do better. Yeah, that's the motto. A gift and a curse. My foot in the pedal and never let up. I dropped the L, now it's Toro. Dubs come in first like it's Whack-A-Mole. I'ma tell them all. Yeah, can't come in last, no. Come in first, I ain't no slowpoke. Oh, it's Toro. I said, oh, it's Toro. I said, oh, it's Toro. I dropped the L and it's dubs. I ain't no more.
Hello. Welcome to the show. It's Toro. You know how I do. I'm not your average Joe Blow. I got the codes and I put them in secretly. I am the one. You better believe. You see me with your eyes. I'm the 2. Nah, fuck that. Scratch that. I'm not even the 3. And number 1, you see. Alright. Naturally, I'm a very I've shown to be more of an antisocial individual. Usually what I think that's because it's like growing up, I really used to be I was always out, the odd guy out. I grew up Jehovah's Witness, whole different religion, don't like Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm black. I go to a mostly white school. It's a lot of things working against me in this situation here. I always feel like I was all man out of my own family as well. Like most of my family's being regular Christians, Baptist, Methodist, all that stuff, and not always practicing the same things. And I'm a very spiritual individual, and that's kind of like I've learned that more and more as the years have gone. That's kind of like affected me. But yeah, I've been more of because of that. I've always isolated myself. Never learned how to talk to girls like that. But eventually, I did get married a girlfriend, where I love for the rest of my life. And learning all these things about myself and how I interact with the world has helped me to become more and more open. I think I'm turning more into an extrovert almost, but a selective extrovert. Because I know that honestly, the terms extrovert and introvert are very, very extreme terms, and I feel like not many people actually fall into the category of extrovert or introvert. You can say the qualities could be more extroverted or more introvert, and you could maybe give a toss up and be like, okay, I'm 60% introvert, 60% extrovert. So for me, what's really helped me, I guess, be able to talk better. There's a few. I don't have them all written down. All the ways that help me to become and just be comfortable in my own skin, being in public, socially, all that stuff is I'll say number 1. I'll say realizing that everybody's weird. And when I say when everyone's weird, like everybody's weird. Like what is the definition of weird? Not normal. Basically, who is to say something is normal? It's really just comes down to whatever public opinion is. And even everyone who's like, let's say you go on Instagram, everyone's like, oh, this dude weird, he doing X, Y, and Z. Bro, you're not 100% whatever the public opinion is version of perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Everyone's different. Everyone's weird. So like, everyone whenever you get to know somebody socially, this is why it takes time. But as you get older, you get better socially. That's why you get better at social interaction. That's why like teenagers are usually very awkward because they've only talked to so many people. When you get to a good base of amount of people you socialize with and pay more attention to in your conversations and interactions, you realize some patterns. You realize that, like I said, everyone's weird. Everyone has their weird things. Like some people don't like to eat the bread backs inside of the bread. They only like to eat the white bread. They like the part with the crust on the outside. Some people do. Stuff like that. There's some people who don't like when you talk to them a certain way, when you're like, you talk to everyone else your entire life this way and they think it's different. Everyone's weird. That's what helped me be able to look at myself and be like, bro, like it doesn't matter what's wrong with you, what you think is wrong with you. That's only an opinion. You have to be, if you don't have a good opinion of yourself, how do you expect anyone else to have a good opinion about you? So really you gotta just keep a positive mindset when you talk to anybody. As far as socialization and talking to people, I would just say one, doing it more. Forcing yourself to be in a situation where you have to talk to people. I usually I just don't. Let's say I'm going to a social event with people. Usually, what would happen when I was younger, like more in like high school and stuff. Let's say I went to like a party or like the mall or something with my friends. Like they'd be more socially adept than me, and I'd be like, ugh, I don't know all these people. I'm gonna just sit here in the corner and not say shit. Like, you know, that type of vibe. Like, you gotta be able to afford yourself. I would say, like, if you're the type of person to go to parties and you don't talk to people, that's fine. That's a start. But like, I say you go to like 5 parties and do the same thing. You have to switch it up a bit. If you go into that many parties and you still haven't talked to anybody, you're gonna have to push yourself to go randomly speak to some people, go to a club and speak to some people, and that's what's gonna help you eventually get your tolerance up higher and higher for being in a social situation. The thing that's like gonna tie this all together. I'll go into step 3. So 1 was realizing everyone's weird. 2, pushing yourself to be in more social situations. I've noticed that every single time I get to like a hard social situation, like I remember, I guess hard for me, subjectively, but let's say like my girlfriend have all her friends over or something like that with their boyfriends and everything. I'm like weird as fuck. Like I don't want to talk to anybody. I'll just be in a bad mood because I just wouldn't be able to be in social situations like that unless I really, really gave myself enough time to like prepare for it mentally. Days afterwards, I'll be able to talk to people way better, or maybe more fluently than I would have been before. It's like stretching out a shirt and then putting that shirt back on and it's still stretched out. Like my social skills and my social ability got stretched out because I was in a stressful situation. It's funny because what the word means. So you want to be in the present as much as possible, be more present in your conversations and social interactions. You will be able to notice way more about what's going on and be able to get used to the patterns and everything when you're thinking about what's going on right now. If you're thinking about what happened in the past, oh, last time I said this and it's really awkward when I said this, last time I talked to someone was really awkward, last time I was in a situation, blah, blah, blah. Or if you're in the future, okay, oh, if I go over there, they're gonna think I'm weird, oh, they're gonna talk to me so crazy, oh, they're gonna look at me and I'm gonna feel good. You can't think about what's in the past. You can't think about what's in the present. You gotta think what's in the future. You gotta think about what's in the present. Because in the present, you're gonna be able to notice what's actually happening. That's what reality is. You're gonna be rooted in the reality. Figure out what's going on now. Once you're in there, you're gonna be able to learn way better. The more in the present you are, the better you are to learn. The past and future shit, save that for later on when you're reflecting on what's gonna happen. I'll tell you next thing. Reflect on social events. Reflect on everything that's happened to you and then. Basically, you want to reflect. It's almost like school. You go to school, they give you a knowledge. All right, you're in the moment listening to the teacher lecture you or listening to a video or whatever, what's going on, how school's set up nowadays. Afterwards, you wrote your notes and everything. You made mental notes in your head, what's going on. Afterwards, hours after the party, days afterwards, wherever you were at that social event, you go and review what happened. Okay, when this person said this, I didn't say the right response that I wanted to say, but this is what happened. This is what I think would happen next time. So I'm gonna try next time I get in a similar situation like this. That's why it's important to be present so you can recognize the patterns of certain social situation. But also, what helps is reading books, reading articles, communication books. Right now, what I'm reading is I'm not even gonna lie, like I don't even know what book I'm reading right now, but I'm just reading it. I'm also reading a book about negotiation, being that I'm in a sales position right now, my own job, but negotiations aren't limited to like buying and selling things. It's also in life where you're talking about people, when you're talking to people, maybe you're arguing, maybe you're trying to be like, okay, where are we gonna go to eat? Where like any type of interaction where there might be a simple variance of what each character wants, each person wants. I want to go here. I want to go there. How are you going to come to a conclusion that's going to benefit each person? That's how you learn how to negotiate. Reading books about negotiation, thinking about things in a stance of a negotiation. After you read or after you do a little bit of research, you're like, okay, how does this situation look like a negotiation? Okay, what did I learn from my book? The whole reviewing everything, that type of thing right there. It's the same process. Yeah, and eventually you'll just be you'll grow more and more and more if you rinse and repeat this stuff every single day. And then you might be able to call yourself an extrovert if you want. But really, I feel like the word extrovert is really extreme, like I said before. Like, that's almost obnoxious how much you need to talk to people and talk at all. That's how it is. And like I said, introvert is like, don't talk at all, always in your head. That's all. One of the things I said earlier was staying in the moment. Instead of staying in your head, you want to stay in the moment, be present. But dang, it's like I just thought about it like this. It's kind of like similar. Extroverts and obnoxious extroverts are usually not the best listeners, and they're always thinking about what they're gonna say next. And one a good communication skill is to stay in the present, listen to what the other person is saying, and then talk. And then the introvert is usually over here, thinking about not the present, thinking about what happened in the past, or like just staying in the head. Period. So yeah, like extreme introverts, extreme extroverts, none of them are good communicators. You need to have a good mix of both, being able to use all the skills to be the communication specialist, but or expert, wherever you want to be, or just somebody who's just learning it. That's what humans need to be human. Honestly, talking. If humans didn't talk and communicate each other, how would we call ourselves humans? How would we differentiate ourselves? But yeah, I mean, that's about almost all I want to talk about. Just some simple things about communication. Thank you for watching the video. You want to give me a comment, give me a subscription. Yeah, man, like I want to just keep on talking about stuff like this. It's very interesting to me to just talk about life and just skills and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to build. Like I said, I always come back for the next video. I don't know, next time. I don't know what day I'll be here, but just hit me up there. Thanks, man.